Is buying a house on your list of goals for 2025, but you're not sure when or if it's the right time? Well, my name is Nate Johnson, and I'm a realtor here in St. Louis, and let me tell you, you are not alone. I often get asked that question, hey Nate, is now a good time to buy? And with so much buzz about the real estate market, it's easy to get overwhelmed and feel unsure about where to start. People are thinking about timing the market, and it's really not about that. It's about taking advantage of the opportunity when it's right for you. So let's take a look at it together and break it down. So St. Louis continues to be one of the most affordable metro areas in the United States. In fact, in December of last year, we saw the median sold price in St. Louis being just under $230,000. And while home prices have grown over the years, they're still competitive compared to national averages, which is phenomenal for you here in St. Louis. Interest rates also continue to be a big factor. According to the data from Freddie Mac, as of January 9th, the average interest rates for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 6.93%. Now this is a point lower than the rates we saw in 2023. And experts forecast generally predict that mortgage interest rates are going to gradually decrease in 2025.
So Nate, should I wait for interest rates to drop to start looking for a home?
Well, that's a great question. The challenge is that it's really hard to time the market, because when we look at the median home price going up, we saw about a 6% median price increase over the last year in the St. Louis market. So if we're waiting for interest rates to go down, but yet you're paying 6% more for a home towards the end of the year, you have to ask yourself, was it really worth it? Because the reality is that when you get an interest rate, should rates go down, you're able to refinance and get into that lower interest rate. For example, if you bought a home today, and let's say that you locked in at a 7% interest rate, and then by the end of the year, rates went down to 6%, you could refinance and get into that lower rate. However, you would have invested in home ownership today at, let's just call it $100,000 for easy math. I'm not very good at math. And by the end of the year, that $100,000 home would have cost you $106,000. So if we kind of take a look at that in terms of the sort of median sale price in our market, we're talking about a $230,000 house today versus a $242,000 house for the same house at the end of the year, right? I say sometimes to folks, you want to date the rate, but marry the house, right? Because you own the home, you've locked in that price, but with the interest rate on your mortgage, you can always refinance and get a better one when they're available. And so that's what makes sense for me. But again, if now is not the right time for you to invest in home ownership, you shouldn't rush into it just for the sake of buying a home. You should make sure you're prepared. You should make sure that your budget aligns with your goals. And if that's today, fantastic. Let's get out there and start looking at homes. If not, if that's towards the end of the year, great. Let's do it then. Because at the end of the day, when you own a home, it's much better than renting, because when you're renting, you're making your landlord rich, as opposed to owning your own home where you're investing in your own future for yourself and your family. When we look at how wealth is created in our country, it really has to do with people investing in home ownership, because you're able to take that equity that you build in a home. You're able to use it to send your kids to college, send yourself to college, maybe to start a business, use it as a rainy day fund. There's a lot of things that you can do with the equity that you build in the home. You lock in that price of the home so that you know that whatever mortgage payment you are making, it's not going to go up. Yes, you may have some fluctuations with insurance and with taxes, but think about your landlord. If they're raising rent every year, how does that feel? You've got no control in that scenario, and that's why home ownership is a fantastic opportunity. So I would encourage you to consider it, and feel free to give me a call. Drop me a line, shoot me a question, and let me know what you're thinking about. I'd love to talk with you about helping you achieve the goal of home ownership in St. Louis.